By placing markers onto a sample, it can be sliced up. Those slices can then be used as if they were individual samples themselves. This process is non-destructive because the original sample is left untouched. To manually slice a sample, activate the Slice Marker tool. Then left-click to place the markers on useful points of the sample, such as individual drum hits, notes, vocal phrases, etc. Each marker is individually numbered at the top in hexadecimal. Double-clicking on a marker will remove it, while click-dragging will move it around. As you probably know, the snap option isn't specific to slicing, but it will affect the placement of the markers. As markers are placed onto a sample, the Keyzones editor will automatically assign the new slices to different notes. Clicking the Auto Slice button will automatically insert markers at points where significant changes within the waveform are detected. And the sensitivity of this detection can be adjusted using the value box to the right. Lower values will insert fewer markers. The next option can only be changed while the original sample is selected. It's enabled by default and causes playback of a slice to stop at the next marker. Disabling it will cause all slices to play through to the end of the sample. You cannot edit the slice waveforms, since they don't actually exist as their own samples. They are merely references to the original sample, which can still be edited. However, all of the sample properties, such as volume, panning, looping, etc., can be changed per slice. Newly created slices will inherit the original sample's properties. So if, for example, you wanted all of the slices to loop, set the loop, then slice the sample. Right-clicking on a marker will bring up a menu with options to select all markers, delete the current marker, or delete all markers. There's also the powerful Render Slices to Phrase feature, and its various options. This will reconstruct the original sample using some or all of the slices. Since a phrase matches the song's BPM, this can be incredibly useful for playing this reconstruction at different speeds while maintaining the original pitch. If you experiment with this, remember that you still have full control over the loop points for each individual slice, which can help fill in the gaps at lower speeds. Selecting Destructively Render Slices from the menu will render an instrument slices into individual samples, removing the markers from the original sample and giving you full control over the newly created waveforms. This is also the only way to take back full functionality of the key zones. A sliced sample has limited options here. The note off layer is unavailable, key zones cannot be adjusted by velocity, and aside from the original sample can only be a single note in width. However, the key pitch, vel vol, and drum kit options are still available. The S trigger Sxx Effect Command normally triggers a sample from a position XX, which is referred to from this series of values, 00 to FF, that runs the length of the entire sample. If you're not seeing this, then right click on either the top or bottom ruler and select OS Effect. However, if this sample has been sliced using slice markers, then the value XX will trigger that numbered slice. And this is as long as the note used is for the original sample. If the note used triggers a slice, then the S command will function as normal across the length of that slice. Another combination to be aware of is when the drum kit option, first octave for transposing, has been used to extend the original sample's key zone. This allows notes played from that octave long key zone to affect the pitch of a slice that's triggered using the S command.